The United States has elected Donald Trump as the next president of the United States. Across the country, many people are happy. Across the country, many people are protesting. Electoral vote versus popular vote. We see people burning images of Trump in effigy. We see Klansmen standing on top of bridges with their Trump signs because, after all, the official newspaper of the KKK did indeed endorse Trump. I'm teaching at American University, where yesterday on my campus students were burning flags and people were rushing these other students trying to get the flags, leading to other students to rush the rushers, and we're going back and forth. And the challenge that I issue and the question I ask for all of us today is, what are you going to do to work towards peace? I remember when President Obama won election and they asked Michelle Malkin, what do we do now? And she, being a Republican strategist, her comment was, we fight, we fight, we fight. And yes, many of us are even saying now, who may not have supported Trump, now we fight, we fight, we fight. Yes, and where there are areas where we need to fight, we need to protest, but at the same time, we also need to work towards making peace. We need to work towards building more understanding with each other. We need to work towards having incredible and powerful conversations about how we move forward as a nation. In my classes yesterday, I had students who, some were, very happy, but weren't really looking at the greater picture of what's actually going to happen when Trump can't really fulfill some of his promises, such as building a wall, and where that's going to leave people who said if he does not do so, they are coming for him. We already see that there's some violence that's out there that toothpaste can't be put back in the tube, as we're seeing. We're seeing ignorance rise to such a higher level. We're seeing people who are Hillary supporters getting out there talking about Trump is not my president, and this is about racism and sexism. And look, all of these things have truth to them. All of these things have truth to them. And we understand why people are scared. And we understand, but every single day, if there's a moment to fight, there's also a moment to work towards healing. So what I want to encourage people to do is see what you can do in your spaces. Friendships have been lost over this election. Family members have split over this election. We're not approaching civil war levels in terms of bloodshed or anything, but this is still our country. We are all still here. And as Dr. King said, we have to choose to either live together as brothers and as sisters or perish as fools. I choose not to perish as a fool. So I'm going to work in the spirit of my heroes, Mattie Stepanek and Dr. Maya Angelou, and work on being an upstander and not a bystander. And when I can influence conversations to get people to think about how the other person feels, as Van Jones says, we can't have healing as a nation if we don't address each other's pain, and if our pain is not heard, I'm going to continue to work in that space. When I see ignorance, I'm going to challenge it, regardless of who it's coming from, regardless of whatever political party, whatever affiliation. And I'm going to continue to ask the question, when it's all said and done, what are you doing to help make this country better? Not for yourself, but for everyone. And that's a question that we need to ask on a daily basis. It is too easy to retreat into ignorance. It's too easy to spend your time talking about what you're against as opposed to what you're for. And as we all know, as Ziegler said so eloquently, it's much easier to tear something down than to build something up. And so yes, it may take a little longer. Some of us may shed a few more tears in anger, but I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to sit here and be depressed. My goal is to work to build peace, and I'm going to continue to do that as long as I can. You have the ability to do the same. Again, fight where we need to fight, but also bridge and build peace where there are opportunities to do so. And let's create those opportunities where they do not exist. This is all of our countries. This land is your land. This land is my land. Let's work together to build something that the entire world can be proud of. Everybody's talking about post-Brexit this and white lash that and class this. We all understand that there are elements of truth in all of these things. But what is also truthful is that you, right now, have the ability to work towards making this country a better place, despite all of the turmoil that's being exhibited right now. Will you stand up to that challenge, to that charge? I will, and I hope to see you along the way. Peace always.